Control yourself. They walk into the room. 1, 2, stepping into the small space. One sits down, the other stands with different stories on their face. Both of them doctors who eventually come to rest their eyes straight on me. I'm ready and poised to wade through the noise as humans must so often speak their piece. With my shields and swords, wounds and walls incongruent in their place, this is how it always goes in the wonderful world of the chronic disease we face. From before day one had even begun, I watched and gathered and thought. I noticed and witnessed, waited and revisited, my intuition growing the bigger it got. This thing that I was seeing happening to my son, could I put my finger on it? I didn't want to be the one. But that's what this all comes down to every hour of every day. I am the one who must, who has to, so that he can be okay. Hours and hours of research, sleep deprived, aggressively I cry, but it always turns out the same. I must wake up, must do the drill. To help his life, I gotta find the will. The consequences will not tolerate anything less. 24/7, 365, I'm required to be at my best. I must have the answers, and so I dig, I search and pour and pry. I ponder and wonder and wrestle and anguish and scream and yell and cry. I fail, I fail, I fail. He suffers, and again, I have to try. 180 on average medical decisions a day, outside of laundry, bedtime, snuggling, experiences, work, and let's not forget play. Don't just be a nurse, Anna. Your kids need you in their life in every way. Diabetes, eyes open for the day. Diabetes, kids in clothes and fed, and now we're on our way. Diabetes, emails, meetings and lunch. Diabetes, jujitsu. Diabetes, make dinner. Diabetes, to the beach. Diabetes, date night. Diabetes, chores. Diabetes, birthday parties. Diabetes, sleeping. Diabetes, blood sugars dropping drastically. Diabetes, mid-conversation, interruption. My heart is pounding. I start to sweat, holding in the panic, trying not to hold my breath. Running for the glucose meter, terror in my chest. Stab his finger. Make him bleed waiting seconds. God, I plead. 36. It's too low. What will happen next? Fear washes over my entire body. My hair's rising as my brain works fast to figure out what's best. Look in his eyes. He's sweating now, and the fear settles in so deep. He wants to lay down, to close his eyes. Please, God, don't let him fall asleep. I grab the red container with that tiny pill that we can dilute in desperate need. Another stab of his finger. Blood. Waiting transfixed on that tiny screen. What will the numbers be, and then what decisions will that mean? We must move swiftly, make big choices for our young, beautiful son. To keep him alive and thriving, he has so many mountains to overcome. So when my doctor walks in that room to look me in the eyes, and the first words that come out of his mouth are passive-aggressive replies, I rage. My heart and brain ignite with pain. Do you not understand, sir, that this is every single moment of my every single day? Do you not know this weight in which I carry? How I care for my incredible son, who deserves not to face a disease that requires so much from my little one? The hours I've spent preparing myself, the trials by fire that come each day, the middle of the night panic attacks, the sicknesses that ravage the small amount of progress we feel we've made, the effort and endless needs that come without pause or care of how strong I am that day. Resiliency is what I've learned because it's required. I do not want it to be this way. I want to be soft and gentle, to be slow and calm, fun and adventurous, charming and delightful. But diabetes doesn't care what I need. My son gets my best and my worst, my weakest moments and my most strong. This is where my shame lives in the amount of times I still get it oh so wrong. Dear doctor, essentially a stranger, stepping into my space. Please remember before you speak with your words all over your face that you're about to open your mouth and project yourself onto me, but you can't possibly pretend to know who I am, what I do, and what I see. Be careful, be kind, be supportive, because I'm not blind, and nobody works harder at this for my son than me. I run at this with full force, both hands open, dragging myself forward when I must. My son deserves my willingness to grow, to learn, to expand, and so I leave every stupid question, passive-aggressive speech, and ignorant comment where it lands, in the dust. At my feet as I walk away, because please know I do not have the time. My son deserves the best from me, and my best is peace of mind. He is worth every battle, and I'm willing to fight for the rest of my life. But I trust as I learn to drop what doesn't serve me, that what I pick up in its place is a beautiful life.